Hi all, if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. My name is Amira, and today guys, we are going to be demoing the new Nomad Cosmetics Ireland Wild Atlantic Way palette. Let's get into it. All right guys, so this is what the palette looks like. I've taken it out of the box. This is what the outside looks like. It is that velvety texture that I believe it's similar to the texture of the Okobago palette. It kind of feels like that. Very soft to the touch. And then I'll show you the inside. I'm going to flip the mirror so I don't blind you guys. So this is what the inside looks like. How pretty is this palette? It's so pretty. Green is my favorite color. So when I figured out pretty quickly that they were doing Ireland, and I was like, so of course I'm wearing green. It probably translates, it's very dark on camera, but I'm wearing my green sweater, and I'm wearing my green little headband. Greening it up today. So yes, so this I am very excited to play with. We are going to do two looks. I'm going to do a look on one eye and a look on the other. So let me zoom you guys in. Hello. Alrighty, so I have my face makeup on already, like my base. I am wearing the About Face Beauty foundations, and I wore them the way that I said I was going to try wearing them, where I put the lighter shade in the center of my face, and I put the deeper tone in around the perimeter, and I am loving how this is looking. So I'm onto something. I'm onto something with that because I'm very happy with how this looks. Anywho, so yes, makeup is done. I will put all of the products that are on my face in the description box down below. I'm not going to get into them here because this is about the palette. So let's get into it. I didn't really think about what look I wanted to do. I just kind of like sat down. I was like, we're going to do two looks, but I haven't thought about what I want to use. I think what I want to do on one eye is go very, very green. And then on the other, dip into these other tones in the palette, these like bluer tones and these more neutral tones. I think that's what we're going to do. So let's start off with Wild Atlantic. Do I want to start off with Wild Atlantic Way? Should I do this one or this one? I think I'm going to start off with Wild Rover. I'm going to start with Wild Rover in my crease. I'm going to pick up this, I'm going to use this 15 brush, which the Rover 15, I have slightly hooded eyes, so this might be a little too big, but we're, you know, YOLO. Oh, what should I use? We're going to use, there's so many greens. I'm like, maybe I should use that one. Maybe I should use that one. We're going to use more than two in this look. So let's dip into Wild Rover. Tap it off. It picks up a lot of product. Nomad mattes are incredibly pigmented, and then I'm also using a rougher brush, which is a natural hair brush, so you will pick up quite a bit of product. If you are someone who is, you know, doesn't, you know, you sort of like to build up your colorful looks, and you know, you're afraid that you're going to pick up too much product and not know what to do with it, use synthetic brushes. You'll just pick up less product in general. So I'm going to go in. This is, oh, this is so bright. And I generally am the type who will go on with a neutral shade in my crease, but I'm just kind of like, you know, YOLO. If you hear traffic, you know the drill, guys. I live on a very busy street. And though I would love to tell everyone to please be quiet, they won't. I'm going to zoom you guys in just a little bit closer so you can see. So as you can see, this is applying beautifully, as I knew it would. All right, so now I'm gonna take the rougher 15, excuse me, rougher 14. I just used a rougher 15. I'm gonna take the shade Blarney Stone, which is a slightly darker green, because I really want to see if these will just all kind of blend together, or if we'll be able to get some differentiation, some depth with them. Yeah, this is definitely deeper. If you are of a deeper skin tone than me, you probably could go in straight with Blarney Stone as your crease shade, and it would look fantastic. I'm just going to bring it a little bit under here just to marry this a bit more. Oh, that's pretty. And I'm going to take some more of that. And I'm not really even putting any more on my brush. I'm just using the brush that I used with Wild Rover to kind of help blend that up a little bit more. Actually, might dip back in a little bit. Just a little to help build the shape that I'm looking for. There we go. Very pretty. All right. So now do I want to do any for deeper green? I could. I just want to see how these layer on top of each other. Right now we're just playing around. I want to see what I can get done with this. So let's take a rougher 13, which is even smaller. This one is stained, but it's clean. And I'm gonna go into, I think it's Chante or Tanche. Correct me in the comments if you speak Gaelic. And I'm literally just putting this on the very outer edge right here. This is incredibly pigmented. This is blending out beautifully. Exactly what I wanted. I'm then going to go back into Blarney Stone. I'm going to bring that over a little bit more to deepen that up. And you can see just how like that Tansha, I think I'm saying it wrong, guys. I'm sorry. Shade is just really giving depth. So I was able to build up 3 shades on this and get like a decent gradient, which is nice. All right, so now that that's done, let's do the shimmer. And I don't know what I want to use. I kind of want to use Slansha, that shade. But then we also have, I think it's Diahut. I'm going to butcher these words. I'm sorry, guys. And then I have Schlan. And then we have Ring of Kerry. And these are kind of the ones that I'm considering using. I kind of want to use 2 shades, and I think I know which ones I'm going to use. So let me wipe my hands off, and I'll apply those to my eyes. Or eye, singular, since I'm only doing whatever right now. All right, so we're going to take this Repper number 21, my favorite brush for applying shimmers. I will say that these don't feel as firmly pressed as some of the shimmers have in the past with Nomad, which is nice. So it's picking up really easily on a brush. I'm still going to wet my brush only just to make sure I don't have any fallout. So let me wet my brush. There we go. I'm just applying this right in the center. Oh, this is so pretty. Wow. This is so pretty. Bring it up into the crease a little bit. I mean, look at that. Look at that. All right, and now we're going to take, I think, Decisions. We're going to take, I think it's Schlan. I hope I'm saying it right, guys. I'm sorry again. And I'm going to wet my brush again. I flipped it over, but the other side isn't wet. So I'm going to just spray it one more time. Completely missed it the first time. I always do that. I'll spray my brush and then my brush will still be dry. I'm like, how? Oh, whoa. Look at that. Look at that. That is stunning. I'm going to flip it back over and take that Schlancha color again just to marry these together. OMG, that's stunning. Is that not stunning? All right, that's so pretty. I'm going to take my 13 again, and I'm just going to take a little bit more of this deeper tone just to help marry the edges a bit. There we go. And now we're going to do our lower lash line. And I think for that, I'm going to take, Wild Rover. Underneath. And I'm using one of my little Kyoto pencil brushes for this. And then I'm going to take this shade Emerald Isle, which is kind of bright, but it's actually quite deep as well on the outer corner. like so. And then I'm going to take this shade, this green shade. Oh, that's so pretty. Spray my brush again. And I'm not going to even try to pronounce this word. It's Diahut, I think, but I'm probably completely off. And I'm just applying that to the lower lash line. That is so pretty. Oh my goodness. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of this super gold tone and plop that right in the inner corner. How stunning is that? Okay, I'm going to put some mascara on so I can show you guys a completed look, and then we'll get started on the second eye look. All right, guys, so this is the finished look with mascara. I made the mistake of touching my nose and I had green shadow on my finger, and now I have like, I'll fix that in the end. We'll fix that in post, you know. But yeah, this is the finished look for this eye. She's so pretty. Okay, we're gonna do the other eye now, but I am so happy with this look. I'm filming this late. I'm filming this on Sunday, the day of daylight savings time. How are you guys doing? I am not doing well. So I'm very tired, and I'm filming this much later in the day because I had to stop and take a nap because my body said, no, ma'am, we will not continue. So I woke up and I'm like, okay, I still have to film. And so it's late and my energy levels are kind of low, but this is just giving me all the energy, you know. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, moving on. I'm gonna take another Rephr 15 because I have many. So I'm gonna take the shade Danny Boy, which is this one here, as my base, my like crease color. And I'm expecting it to be quite pigmented, and I was right. This is quite light, but I just want something that's like a base / transition shade for this other tone that we're going to be using. Now, I will say that tones like the one that I'm going to use can sometimes veer quite, depending on the undertone, can veer kind of greeny on me or just straight blue, but we'll see. This is Keem Strawn, and this is the navy, and I'm just going to use that, and I'm going to go. And this look is not going to have as many colors as the other. Actually, you know what? Hold please. I needed a Rephr 14 for that. I'm like, this is not going to work. This one has kind of been a bit pummeled by me, so it's a little frayed, but that's all right. It still gets the job done. So yeah, I'm not going to be using as many shades because I want this look to be quite true to tone as far as the blues go. But I decided to use this shade to kind of help this blend out a little bit better against my skin. That is kind of the reason why I decided to do that. Because I am going to do like what I call like a lazy halo eye. And it's not that lazy. It's just that you're taking the shade and instead of like going like, you're just really creating like a bridge between and leaving a little space. And this is a really quick and easy way to do a halo eye. If you're like worried about doing a halo eye, take that deep color and just go whoop a doop, boop, boop, boop. And it works just as well. I promise it works just as well. I'm going to take this shade and just blend this up a little bit more. And the great thing is if I keep building this up, this will get deeper, but I didn't want it too deep on the jump since I was doing the halo eye. I kind of wanted to be able to build it up. All right. Super pretty. So now for the center of the halo eye, I want to use this shade Savage Beauty. How pretty is that? Beautiful is what that is. So I'm going to take a Rephr 21 again, and I think I have a clean one in here. I'm a week behind on washing my brushes, so you know, I was doing so well there. I was on a roll. I was doing it every weekend. I was so proud of myself, but last weekend just got away from me, and this weekend is daylight savings time, so I said, you know, I'll watch them after I get through filming. So we'll see if I actually stick to that after I've taken all my filming equipment down and everything. So we're applying this. To the little center of the halo. Like so. That's really pretty. Love that. Love that for me. I'm going to dip back into Keem Strand. Do I have the right brush? Yes, I do. I don't want to mix green and blue. Here, I'm trying to keep them separate. Beautiful, beautiful. We're now going to do our lower lash line, and I think I'm going to do the same color. I'm going to do Keem Strand again, but I'm going to incorporate another tone, and you'll see when I've applied it. I'm taking this to the outer corner all the way, and this time I'm using a Sonia G flat definer. I'm also just going to take this and just go into the inner corner here to make sure I'm filling in that little spot for the halo that I can't get, like, you know, right in that little corner. Just taking my brush to do that, like so. Very pretty, and as you can see, it immediately made that more intense just by applying a little extra right there. I'm now going to take this same brush and I'm going to flip it to its side again, and I'm going to dip into Cobe or Co. I don't know if the B is silent, Harbor. If it is, guys, let me know. Spray. These are very flaky metallics, so spray your brushes, people. And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put this more than just a little, more than halfway ways under, like so. And it's giving incredible, like, my lighting just like, woo, but it's giving incredible, like, shimmer under the, I love putting shimmer on my lower lash line. It's like one of my favorite things to do. I'm then going to go back into Savage Beauty, and I'm actually going to put that in the inner corner to sort of marry everything together, like so. How pretty is that? I'm gonna go put some mascara on, and I'll be back, and then we can talk about my thoughts on the palette, guys. I really enjoyed this palette. When I saw the color story, when the color story was revealed, I was like, ooh, that's gonna be pretty. But I'm loving it even more than with the reveal of the color story and when I first opened it, and now that I've used the palette. I really love the metallics in this one this time around. Usually Nomad's metallics can be more softly pressed, and you kind of have to, you always get payoff, like they're always going to be really high impact, but they can sometimes be a little hard to lift from, you know, to pick up on your brush. These I found to be far softer, but also they're a bit flakier, so I would say be careful. Make sure you're wetting your brush, or you use a glitter glue if that's, you know, your preference when applying these, because you will get fallout if you do not, because they're quite flaky, but they have such impact. And you see what I got, like just wetting my brush, and I think I would have gotten really good impact even without it. I just wet my brush because I was trying to avoid fallout all over my face. But I think of the two looks, the green is probably my favorite. I love the tones of this, and I want to play with it more. I will say this has beautiful shades in it, but there are only like 2 true blue tones, and that's these 2 here. So I didn't have a whole lot to work with as far as the blues go. And I'm sure, you know, of course you can mix the blues and the greens, obviously, but for doing like a specific just straight blue look, this is really what I used. I used Keem Strand, Co, Harbor, Savage Beauty, and Danny Boy. So yeah, in that sense, I wish maybe there was maybe like one more, like a navy, but at the same time, they have blues in other palettes that they have navies in, like the Ghost palette has some deeper blues in them. So you can always, if you have that palette, you can always reach for a deeper blue if you want one. I would say I'm thinking of doing maybe like, I don't own a lot of Nomad palettes, but I would love to do like a little mini ranking of them, because I've tried enough over this past year or so to have like an opinion of which is my fave. And this one is like climbing up there, because it was really easy to use. You saw how quickly I made each look. It didn't take a lot of blending. It didn't take a lot of building up. And for me, that is really the litmus test for me. I don't like to spend a lot of time on my on my makeup in general, but my eye makeup especially, even when I'm doing super beautiful, bright, colorful looks. I don't think it should take a long time if you're using quality shadows and you're using quality brushes. It should not take you a long time to create something like this. And as you can see, it did not take me. It took me 5 minutes on either side. Like this is, if I had done the same look on either eye, it would have been a 10-minute thing, from start to finish with mascara, like primer, shadows, mascara. And if you wanted to include a liner, I didn't include a liner this time, but I could, you can put green in the waterline or, blue in this one, and it would be so pretty. You can even do maybe metallic, so pretty. So yeah, that is my sort of my demo first impression 2 looks of the Ireland Wild Atlantic Way palette. If you are interested in this palette, it goes on sale. It is launching on March 12th. I have a coupon code or a promo code. So if you guys are interested in this palette, use the code Amira to receive 10% off your purchase. I don't receive anything for that. That is just for you guys to get to save some coin on your purchase. Let me know in the comments down below, guys. Are you going to be purchasing this palette, and what do you think of these looks? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye now.